Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, or tonight's video as I might as well say, it's about 1:30 in the morning. I'm here making videos. Today's video is about changing a transmission mount on your vehicle, truck, pertainingly my 1978 Ford F100 with a 351 Windsor in it, automatic, with a transmission swap AOD 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. Cross member and everything's been changed. One thing I'm going to get at is that it's going to be a pain to get this mount out and put another one in. Now the tools you're going to need to do this will be a 3/4 wrench, or 19mm wrench would do. I didn't have one. I have a 3/4. Same thing, if I'm mistaken. 2 ratchets, because you're going to need 2 ratchets. At least I will in this case. 2 13mm sockets with extension, a 14mm and an 18mm. And then, of course, the transmission mount, which looks like this. This is the brand new one. Doesn't look that new, but it is new. And I did pick up another set of nuts and bolts for it. They go through here. The one that's underneath, that I'm fixing to show you in just a second, is in fact not even having a nut on it. It's actually just got the bolt through it, and it's got like this little screw-on nut, but there has no threads like that to tighten it down. So in this case, it just kind of wiggles around in here, and it's got scratches and stuff on the other mount underneath the truck, and it's moving around. It's not holding the mount still like it should be, and that's not what I want it to be. Part number from AutoZone cost me about $6. Was $23.27. It's part number. Duralast, lifetime warranty, so as long as I have the vehicle and this goes out, I replace it free. You'll need a block of wood, actually 2 of them. One you'll need for the jack. You'll need a jack, and you'll need a jack stand, because once you jack the transmission up, you're going to need a jack stand and a piece of wood like this laid on top, so the transmission pan will sit on this so you don't bust the pan. You don't ever want to jack up an engine or oil pan or anything like that without putting a piece of wood or something like that on the jack or the jack stand. You bust a hole in it and you will be screwed. You'll have issues. Let's put it that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and get underneath the vehicle, and I'll show you what's going on. Alright guys, now we're underneath the truck. So basically, now I already pre-took the bolts out that go to the motor mount, that bolt inside of here. They go exactly like they are standing on top of the cross member, straight up into the bottom of the transmission on both sides, that one over there and this one right here. These are the 2 I was talking about. They're 3/4. There's the size, which is a 19mm. You can't get a socket in there, so you've got to use a wrench. It has to be at least a 19mm. Here is the little nut I was talking about. There is no threads whatsoever. There's the bolt. The bolt right there, and it's even stripped a little bit. The camera's not focusing. There it goes. But it is stripped. So basically, you take that bolt out. It goes through the memory. It goes to the middle that holds the cross member to the mount. You take these 2 bolts out. Get them out of the way. The whole mount moves now. Well, the transmission is still sitting on it. There is a 14mm nut and a bolt on that side, and then on this side for the cross member, there's a 13 and a 13 on top. And you're probably gonna have to. I've already loosened them. You're probably gonna have to have a the extension and a ratchet on top and one on the bottom to break this loose so it'll spin off, because I had trouble of doing it by itself without using both ratchets. Once you take those out, the whole cross member will come out, and then first of all, what you want to do is take the jack, put it here with a piece of wood, and I'll show you that in a little bit, and jack it up, push this up a little bit get it off the mount. Take the mount, slide it out, which will come down here. It'll slide just right out, just fine, no problems. Take the mount out, and if you're not taking the whole cross member out, which you really don't have to, only reason I took mine out is because I repainted it. That's why it's black. It was really caked up with oil. I mean, seriously, really bad, because I've got a little bit of power steering leak, and I do have a transmission leak. And anytime you have any kind of leaks like that, transmission, oil leak, power steering, you need to get those addressed immediately, because it will eat all the rubber inside of these mounts, whether it be your radiator hoses, power steering hoses, transmission mount, motor mount, whatever it may be, stuff like that. It could be even your vacuum lines. Oil will deteriorate and eat the rubber, so make sure you get those addressed whenever, before or whatever you change the mounts, or get them addressed soon as possible you can. You take that out, we'll put the new one in, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and get the jack in here and jack this up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so finally, it's been like 30 minutes for me. Second for y'all. Got the jack in here, got it jacked up, got my other support, just so whenever I take this out of the way, if I want to, and get that motor mount, out. It is jacked up now, where I can get the mount out. You can see how it moves now. It should come all the way out. There we go. Just like I said, it slides down, pick it up, take it off. Piece of cake. Get the other one, which is right here. And there really ain't that much of a difference at all. But I am noticing that there is a difference in this right here, and how this goes. If you see how this one's over more, this one right here is over more than this one. They don't exactly line up. They're kind of catty-cornered. This one is shot this way. The whole mount moves up. So this one's shot. Actually, I'll set the camera down and I'll show you. Okay, so now you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You see that mount? Yeah, see it right there? It's separating. That's me holding it, and this is the whole thing. This is what it's doing whenever you're driving, or you're getting on it, hammering it, or taking off, and this mount goes like that. I mean, that's not good. And when I go in reverse, it kind of clunks. The drive is smooth, but the reverse kind of clunks. So this should fix that issue. That one's junk. We'll take this one and put it back in its spot. It's the new one, so let's go ahead and put that back in. Take it, put it back up there, slide it. This one may be a little bit thicker than your old one, so you may have to jack up the jack a little bit more, which looks like, well, you can see the hole right there in the cross member. That's where this has got to go. Ow, finger. Transmission's in the way. Alright, guys. Whew, boy, this is a pain. So the cross member bolts are sort of tightened down. The bolts that go in here, they're in there, but they're not tight. I've got the jack underneath the transmission pan with a block of wood, and if you can see, I barely got it centered for this bolt. I'm having the worst problem of getting that done. Plan is to take this like that, just like so, and somehow getting the transmission to go this way. It's off a little bit, and then I'll put the bolt in, tighten her down, and we'll go from there. I'm really hoping this video helps out, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll come back. Alright guys, so I finally got it. Had a friend come out here and help me out. This bolt right here wasn't lining up correctly. So what I done was jack the transmission back up, put this bolt in first, lined it up. Then I had a friend come out here and we pushed the transmission sideways. Got these 2 bolts in here. Like I said, they're 19mm. Tighten them up. There's no torque spec. I just tighten them up as tight as you can get them. It should be fine. It shouldn't have any other issues. Tighten up the 14mm bolt and nut on the back side. It's not going anywhere. It's not moving. Shouldn't have any other problems. I would crank it up and drive it and see how it does. See how it shifts. It should do fine. But basically that's how you change the transmission mount and tighten up these bolts if you take the cross member out, which really and truly you don't have to. Like I said earlier, only reason I took mine out is because I cleaned all the grease and oil off of it for all the years it's probably been underneath here, and repainted it so it don't rust. That's the only main reason I took mine out. You don't have to take yours out to change this mount. So let's get back underneath and back on top of the truck, and we'll finish this up. Alright guys, so basically that's how you do it. That's how you change the transmission mount. Basically on a rear-wheel drive vehicle, like I said, a V8, doesn't matter V6, as long as it's rear-wheel drive, transmission back there, is basically how you do it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the bottom. I'll try my best to get to them. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. I make how-to videos just about every other week whenever I can. Right now I'm coming down with a cold, so I'm not feeling too good. But I hope this video helps out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or night, wherever you are. Thanks.